Hey guys, how's it going? So today, as you can see, we are here with another deck profile on EDU Pro, I believe is what it's called. Mainly because I don't have money for these cards in real life, nor the recording equipment, so, we'll get what we can take. Better than nothing. So today, we have Budget Strike Striker, and I budget with heavy emphasis on the sarcasticness. Um, it's probably one of the cheaper ways you can build a deck, mainly because we do not play Destiny Fusion Enforcer Phoenix. Destiny Hero 1, of course, which is obviously, if you have it, a must play for Sky Striker. Just because it kind of solves most of the problems this deck has, especially since it sends itself to the graveyard on the destroy effect, and summons after the standby phase, so your Sky Striker cards can still activate, which is the main reason with its synergy. Anyways, let's get into the deck profile. So first of all, starting off with 3 Ray and actually 3 Rose. Now the reason for this is because it's more of a budget version, so we need to see at least one of the starters to actually exist in the deck. So I chose to play 3 of each. Now, of course, Rose is not really that good. Ray is the best since she can it's a quick effect to tribute her, and then special summons one Sky Striker Ace monster from your extra deck to a monster zone. Yeah, to the extra deck monster zone, which is really good since it also summons itself from the graveyard if a Sky Striker Ace Link monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect. So during the battle phase, if someone attacks over your Shizuka or whatever and destroys it, you can summon the Ray and then go into a Kagari to add to grave and then go for there. So she has great graveyard synergy, obviously. And then for Rose, and on the normal special of a Sky Striker Ace monster, she can special summon herself from the hand as long as it's not a copy of herself for the normal summon. And if an opponent's monster, an extra monster zone, is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of your card effect, Zeke, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, then negate one face-up monster your opponent controls, the effects of it. Which is pretty good if you combine it with Zeke, but doesn't come up all the time. Now for the spells, of course, 1 engage, best card, 1 Hornet drones, 2 card combo, really, and then 1 multi-roll. 3 best cards, all limited. 1 jamming waves and 2 afterburner. Also the field spells in between here, but I'm going to quick explain the 2 afterburner instead of playing 3 afterburner or 3 shark or whatever. I like afterburner because it destroys the face-up monster on the field first, and then with the 3 spell requirement is 1 spell or trap on the field, whereas this is 1 set spell or trap first. Only a drawback is so if you need to destroy a spell or trap that's set before destroying the monster and you can't meet the requirement, that's why it's there. On the downside, it does have to be a set spell. Then 2 Shark Cannon, Monster Reborn basically, or DDD Crow. So basically, you can target a card in your or a monster. If you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you have 3 or more spell in your graveyard, you can special summon it to your field instead, but it can't attack, which is usually how you'll go into Crystron, your Needle Fiber, just because your opponent will probably have 1 of these in the graveyard. Next, you have 3 Widow Anchor, basically Crackdown, or kind of independent impermanence. Only thing to remember is that this card has to negate to take control of the monster. Their effects. 2 Spell Mining Cave, or as we know it, Mystic Mine. The Degenerate card, let's be honest. 1 Terraforming. The Search your Degenerate card, or Area 0. 1 Reinforcement of the Army gets you 7 copies, 8 copies technically if you're starter. Technically 9 if you count Upstart Goblin. 1 copy of Upstart Goblin. 1 copy of Avarice, mainly because it can just shuffle your hand traps into the deck. Speaking of hand traps, we have a 13 array that you can pretty much choose whatever you want. I chose 3 Effect Feeler mainly because that's what we summon off Hackofrax to go into Selena and then Access Code. 2 Ash, only have 2 Ash in real life, wanted to see if it worked. 2 Skullmeister. Meowth, Ghost Speller, DDD Crow would probably be better here. Maybe another copy of Shark Cannon and a 3rd Ash, really. 3 there could only be 1. I don't know. I found this is really useful, especially you can just destroy it with multi-roll or your Area 0. Really effective against most opponents too. 3 Infinite Permanents. best hand trap along with Ash, really. One Metaflows Fusion, and then the 2 Foolish Burial Goods. That's more of like a package I still like to play, because even if you don't send Metaflows Fusion off Foolish Burial Goods, or draw in the Metaflows Fusion, you can always just set the Metaflows Fusion and use it as a target for multi-roller Area 0. And Foolish Burial Goods can also just send the other copy of Foolish Burial Goods or a Sky Striker card you want to search from your graveyard and have your 2 spells in the graveyard already. That's it for the main deck. Now, if we go into the extra deck, I've only got 14 cards just because I don't know what to play here. I got everything you need. Even a Lake Spider I never use. But 1 Lake Spider, and then the standard, really, actually. Kind of Sky Striker lineup going for Zeke, Guyana. This is just for this. It would be pretty good if you want to go into Predaplanet if you use the Destiny Fusion Enforcer, but budget. 2 Hayate. It's really good, but you're not going to go into it more than twice. 3 Kagari and 3 Suzuki, mainly because you can't play more than 3. And then the Access Code package right here. What's cool about this is you summon this off your monster and probably your opponent's monster from the graveyard, and then you special your Effect Feeler, go into Selene, and then go into here, obviously. Now for the side deck, this is completely up to whatever you want to play. I felt this felt right. I'm going to go over Soul Judgment first. I always feel that this is a turn 2 card, just because everyone sides in cards to combat the deck's turn 2 versus turn 1. Next, before that, actually, 2 Raigeki and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. This could also just be 3 Lightning Storm if you have the money. Same thing, really. It's better, obviously, but, 1 Droll and Lockbird. If you have it, play more. I don't know, I just chose 1 for space. 2 Ghost Bell, Haunted Mansion. I'm tempted to throw it in here instead of Skullmeister. Winged Dragon of Raw Spear Mode. This could also be a Kaiji. I just kind of like this card more. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe because this, I don't know. 3 Ghost Ogre. Oh yeah, because yeah. So if your opponent has 3 monsters, you can tribute it, and you can always just shift it back to your end phase. So it's pretty cool. 2 Ghost Spell and 2 DD Crow. Like I said, all of this is pretty much whatever you want. Same with these hand traps here. I do recommend there can be only 1 though. So yeah, this is the deck I chose to run. Now I'll do a quick, and no, we'll save that actually. So yeah, that's what I chose to run for a budget Sky Striker deck. I'm sure you could do some alterations to make it a little bit more consistent, but I found that this has always worked when I played on here. And I have quite fun with it, and it's relatively cheap. The most expensive card in here is actually the Needle Fiber. Everything else just kind of adds up, mainly because Widowacre's $30 a pop now, and then Access Code's like 55, which is expensive, but like Needle Fiber's like 70, and the Selene's 10, I think. Still, I don't know if she went up or not, but yeah. You can always probably cut some stuff like Ash and Infinite Permanence. It's not going to be as effective, but you could. This is kind of mandatory though, but whatever you want to do, as long as you have fun, that's pretty much what matters. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile, and yeah, stay tuned for more deck profiles, and soon in the future I will do some replays of this deck, as well as a more competitive version of the deck, and by that I mean it just is more expensive, a little bit more consistent, but we could probably still face off against each other and do somewhat good. Anyways, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, had a great day, and bye.